So with the duo valve I purchased recently, I knew I had to rebuild it because it had been in the 260E that was parted out, that was abused for about 80,000 kilometres with a blown head gasket and oil circulating through the cooling system. So I went ahead and purchased the rebuild kit available on eBay. It includes all of the rubber seals, even the two brass plunger devices. Removing the solenoids off the top of the plastic body proved a bit tricky, but this was just because the rubber had stuck very firmly to both surfaces. It just took a bit of persistence and care. You really don't want to rush this and break it, otherwise the valve is ruined and you're going to have to spend a fortune to get another one. The whole objective here is to save money by rebuilding this one, so just take care. The horror show started as soon as I got this disassembled to this stage. I started to see just how much oil was inside this thing, and immediately thought that I paid too much for it. But fortunately, it's not the end of the world. It just requires a lot of cleaning, and that's what a lot of this video is going to be. I have sped it up. The reality is I spent a hell of a lot of time just cleaning this thing out. Believe it or not, I absolutely hate getting my hands dirty, particularly with anything oily, so this was way out of my comfort zone. Oil is absolutely everywhere. Everywhere it can get to, it has gotten to. And have a look at the underside of this diaphragm. It's hiding in there as well. So then started the very time-consuming task of cleaning every single part. First thing I cleaned out was the electromagnet housings, and that was the finished product. I did a lot more cleaning off camera, and a lot of the cleaning for the rest of the valve was done off camera as well, even though this is quite a long video. I haven't actually shown everything that I've done, as far as cleaning is concerned anyway. That oil is a real pain to get off. I quickly realised that just cleaning it with a cloth wasn't going to do a satisfactory job. Everything was still greasy to touch, and I'm not happy with this in my brand new cooling system and completely rebuilt engine on the red car. So I took drastic steps and soaked everything in a very alkaline solution to basically dissolve all of that oil. While it made a huge improvement, I still wasn't happy. However, there is more disassembly to do anyway, and we'll get to that shortly, because those valve seats are actually in the kit and you can replace those as well. And yet more cleaning was done. Still not satisfied with the results, I continued cleaning and cleaning and cleaning some more. It was then time to get started on those rubber valve seats. The cleaning to this point had done a reasonable job. I don't think these would have come out had I have tried before, because they were absolutely disgusting and I probably would have broken them with the force required, but who knows. Anyway, these cylinders basically slide out, and there was a bit of a fight to get them to come out, no doubt because of the amount of oil in the system, but they came out eventually. Again, this is something you want to be very careful with, because if you break these, the whole valve is destroyed. And the rubber valve seats just sit in the bottom, and you can pull those out with a screwdriver. No problem at all. And it's the same process for the left and the right side. Yet more disgusting filth was revealed once these were removed. So I got to cleaning again. I won't bore you with that process. Needless to say, I did clean it. And here is the result afterwards. So I'm now happy with this. All of the connections are spotless inside, and the actual valve mechanism is clean as well. Now it's time to start reassembly. So you just make sure that these valve seats are the right way around. They must go the right way around, otherwise those cylinders won't install properly. They actually match the surface or the bottom side of those cylinders, so it's a perfect fit. And both of those cylinders are keyed to only go in one way, so you really can't screw this up. Well, I'm sure you could, but it's not easy to. And there we go. New valve seats are installed. This is what they look like close up. Correctly installed the right way around with the cylinders bottomed out fully. Now let's go ahead and assemble the rest of the valve. One thing to be careful of when you're reassembling is to make sure that the wires going to the two solenoids are in their correct tracks inside that plastic insulative housing properly. Obviously, if they come out of there and short against the housing, you're going to have troubles, or you may damage your climate control unit. Be careful and make note that the single connection on its own has a short screw above it. If you accidentally put a long screw there, you will drill through that water passage and destroy the valve as well. So now it's finished and it's nice and clean. Let's give it a test.